Yo, what it is? Welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself with your boy Dre. Decided to make a video episode this time. This will be like the third video episode. So pretty much, yeah, man. Like, since the last time I recorded an episode, it was brought to my attention by my fiance that there was a term that was floating around on Twitter and it went viral. And the term is bonus hole. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is a bonus hole, yo? Like what is really going on? So I had to I thought like maybe bonus hole was pretty much like, your girl surprised you with the with a different chick or something like that. Like, yo, we're gonna do a threesomes bonus hole, like boom, you got the usual hole, then you got the bonus hole. But nah, that's not what it is. Bonus hole is pretty much all right. So I found this article. An article was hmm, why bonus hole is going viral on Twitter and what the term means. So I figured might as well just go down this rabbit hole and see what the fuck is going on. So after spending a little time on social media today, uh, you may be wondering what is a bonus hole and what is the term and why is it all over your Twitter feed. So in 2020, Joe Cervical Cancer Trust, in partnership with the LGBT Foundation, an LGBTQ plus charitable organization, began suggesting the term bonus hole be used as a way to support trans men and non-binary people. So according to their glossary, a bonus hole is an alternative word for vagina, and recommended checking to see which words someone would prefer to use. So they also suggest using front hole as an alternative term with the same meaning. So I guess like for a transgender or a non-binary person, instead of referring to their, I guess like genitalia as a bonus, no, as a vagina, which is a biological term for I guess like a biological female, someone who was born a female. Because if you're a transgender female, then you were born a man, and then more than likely you got the surgery to get a vagina or whatever. So they're just gonna call that shit a bonus hole. And I guess for a non-binary person, you could be born like, with a vagina, but you don't identify as a man or a woman because you're non-binary. So you would just call that shit a bonus hole. So I kind of understand, what's going on with that term. Um, they just had like Twitter in a frenzy. Um, so pretty much, there was like it was like a bunch of, I guess, like biological women who were like, I refuse to call my vagina a bonus hole. It's just going to be continue to be called a vagina. Now someone in the comments said bonus hole, front hole, Barbie pouch. All terms I've heard the trans community referring to women versus feminist outrage. We are constantly about women being erased and marginalized unless it's from the trans community. Now, my thoughts on that is like to each his own. Um, just don't, try to, make that the new medical term and all that. Cause I understand, what some women are talking about where they say that, they're not going to refer to their vagina um, as a bonus hole. They'll just continue to refer to it as a vagina, a pussy, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Cause they've been calling that shit that for years and they've been born with it. So, I understand. I see both sides of the fence, and I mean, it's not really like a derogatory term or like trying to. Oh nah, we're just gonna call the vagina like a bonus hole now. It's just, I guess, like some people or who are new to the vagina game with the transgender, the transgender women. I guess like they don't want to call it a a vagina. Because I mean, technically, it's not really a vagina; it's a penis converted into a vagina. But that, yeah, I don't know exactly how all that stuff works, but that's when I heard the term, I was like, "Yo, that shit is fucking wild, man! Like that's wild." The shit actually sounded kind of funny to me, and it was like bonus hole, and I'm just like, "Yo, what the fuck is that? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? But other than that, it went viral for like a day or whatever, but I guess like everybody is back to their regular thing with the bonus hole. But I just had to touch on that because I just thought that shit was fucking amusing. That shit was funny as hell. But get over to a little more serious topic, the Carly Russell topic. Now she was abducted, a black woman that was abducted in Alabama, and people were, especially black folks, they were praying for her safety, her safe return and everything like that. And then like when she was returned, well, when she was found, safe and everything like that, then pretty much like some black dudes, mainly black guys, were like, "Oh, there's a conspiracy and all this and that." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck, yo?" So what the fuck were you praying for? Like, what exactly were you praying for? You were praying for a safe return. She was found safe. I'm assuming unharmed. We don't know exactly what the hell went on. She thought that she was on the phone, I guess, with a family member or a friend or something, and she thought that she saw a toddler, and pretty much like that's when she went. I guess like the phone went silent, and she had disappeared for hours. So, but they found her, and Alabama police say Carly Russell disappeared after calling 911. Okay, so she called 911 about a toddler on the interstate. Experts reject speculation that the toddler was a quote unquote lure sex traffickers used to abduct her. Traffickers favor such lures as shelter, money, drugs, and a sense of family, and rarely abduct. But I'm saying like, uh maybe it's some new shit that they don't know about that the sex traffickers are using. Who knows? But Carly Russell, 25, called 911 on Thursday night from the shoulder of an Alabama interstate, telling police that she seen a little boy, a toddler in a diaper, walking along the highway. Moments later, while on the phone with a family friend, Russell was heard asking, "Are you all right?" She screamed into her cell phone. Russell's mother told local media, then she vanished. It was a captivating national missing person story, culminating with Russell's yet explained reappearance Saturday night on her own doorstep, just south of Birmingham. Her boyfriend said on Instagram that she had been kidnapped and literally fighting for her life for 2 days. Now Russell maintains her silence, and her family asks for privacy. Now, the internet wants to know: did ruthless sex traffickers use a helpless toddler to lure an unsuspecting woman? Now, they say probably not. One anti-trafficking organization says that's not how traffickers work. But like I said, maybe they switched up their tactics because motherfuckers know their tactics. As far as we are aware, this is not a tactic that the traffickers use, said Sabrina Thulander. Thulander. Anyway, my bad. Communications director of for Polaris, the nonprofit that runs the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Now, Russell's parents too told local radio station the toddler may have been used as bait to lure her from her car. If that did happen, it will run contrary. It will run contrary to how traffickers almost always operate in the U.S," said Thulander. It's a common myth. Thulander said the trafficking often involves kidnapping or physical force. The so-called luring of kind-hearted women is another fictitious traffic trope, she said. 2 years ago, a TikTok video claimed that car seats were being left in public places in North Carolina as a ploy to lure and abduct and then traffic women. The video was viewed by more than 13 million times, more than 13 million times, and shared on other social media platforms. These are the kind of rumors spread on social media quite a lot, Thulander says. But only about 6% of human trafficking victims who've contacted the hotline say since 2007 say that that they were victims of abduction, she says. So sex traffickers play a longer game, preferring to win control of their victims through trickery and manipulation rather than upfront force. Though threats are often used to keep the victim under control, Thulander says. So, like, just the sex traffic game is wild. So I guess like they would prefer to not. I guess like you use physical force because pretty much you're making it obvious of what the fuck you're doing. And shout out to that car that just drove by. You know what I'm saying? This is a fucking loud ass neighborhood. But anyway, I need like some soundproofing or some shit like that in this fucking room because this is ridiculous. Loud ass motherfuckers. But I'm getting off subject right now. I'm getting mad. Um, so pretty much says a legitimate seeming job posting, a promising modeling career, or a temporary visa for an agriculture or a low paying job is another time tested lure used by traffickers, said Thulander. Especially in the COVID and post COVID world, a rising concern is recruitment over social media. It is very easy for a trafficker to start a relationship with someone. So, you pretty much start a relationship with someone under false pretenses. I guess like you eventually meet up and then you never see that person again. Well, never see that woman again because she has been abducted and trafficked. So yeah, sex trafficking is still wild. It's still prevalent out here, and everybody needs to be on their p's and q's. And if you see something, ladies, that's out of the ordinary, I would suggest that you just if it's too good to be true, don't fuck with it. Um, Other than that, everybody out here stay safe, man, and stay vigilant. But yeah, man, it's a crazy, crazy world out here that we're living in. And all right, so this next topic, we're gonna stay in Alabama. Alabama wilding right now, son. All right, so there is Alabama parents arrested for abandoned child test positive after abandoned child test positive for cocaine. Now, Alabama couple was arrested after police reportedly found their dehydrated and drugged toddler outside their home. Daphne residents Hannah Strazine. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, they're fucking, their fucking mugshots is wild, yo. Especially the dude. This nigga he looked drugged out of his fucking mind. But in Tyler Still, were arrested and charged with felony counts of possession of a controlled substance and chemical endangerment of a child, according to Fox 10. Now, the couple also faces possession of drug paraphernalia charges. A couple noticed a naked and unattended 2-year-old child near the front door of an apartment on Saturday evening before calling police. Officers arrived around 8 p.m. The young girl was overheated and dehydrated, Fox 10 said. Well, Fox 10 reported. She was transported to the hospital where she tested positive for cocaine. God damn. Like, how the hell you get your 2-year-old on almost said cocaine on cocaine like that? That's fucking wild, yo. Authorities then executed a search warrant and discovered large quantity of drugs in the couple's apartment. Officers found over 100 oxycontin pills, drug paraphernalia, and cocaine. So either they was supposedly like trying to move this shit, like low level drug dealers or whatever, or and then the child just got into the cocaine, which I mean, you got cocaine, so I would think that you would actually guard this shit a little bit better. You got a fucking 2-year-old in the apartment, so the apartment. What the fuck, man? that's all I can say, man. But it's white people. Um, yeah, because I've never really heard like any niggas, any black folks like the kids like you know what I'm saying 2-year-old got to the cocaine because you gonna get fucked up. The cocaine comes short, the money come up short, you getting fucked up. But anyway, um, so officers also observed 3 semi-automatic handguns. The drugs and the weapons were all in child's reach. So these motherfuckers just they look like they don't deserve they never should have had kids. I don't know how old these motherfuckers are, but yeah, they look like they shouldn't have had kids, man. So I don't know if they're getting high on their own supply or if they just like fucking terrible ass drug dealers. But anyway, either way, the kid was in reach of the drugs and the pistols. So something could have really, really went wrong. So luckily, all that all like just that happened because that's wild shit. Yeah, some people shouldn't have kids, and it's usually the motherfuckers who shouldn't have kids are the ones who have kids. Like that shit is wild. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? I don't know, dog. Like, I don't, I can't. I'm at a word. I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm really at a loss for words. Like these people are just, I don't know, parents of the year. Just parents of the year. Alabama, y'all need to get y'all shit together because y'all just fucking up all the way around. Um, Now some Donald Trump news. Uh Says Donald Trump says he's target of special counsel's criminal probe of 2020. No, in probe into 2020 election aftermath. Now, former President Donald Trump said in a social media post, he's been informed by Special Counsel Jack Smith that he is a target of a criminal investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election, a sign he may soon be charged by the Special Counsel. So he says deranged Jack Smith, another prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, I'm sorry, sent a letter again. It was Sunday night, stating that I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation and giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and an indictment. Trump posted on Truth Social. So Trump's attorneys, including Todd Blanche, received the target letter from Smith's team Sunday, informing them that the client could face charges in an investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Two sources familiar with what happened tell CNN. A target letter from federal prosecutors to Trump makes clear that prosecutors are focused on the former president's actions in the investigation into overturning the 2020 election, and not just of those around him who tried to stop his election loss. So, yeah, man, like you fucking incited a goddamn insurrection, my nigga. Like what the fuck do you expect? Like you incited a fucking insurrection. Like motherfuckers really tried to go overthrow the government to like, ride for you and shit. And then you just like ran down to like fucking he ran down to Florida. So it's just like what do you expect, dog? You're not a victim. You're not a victim. Like this is the cause of your own shit. Like so you're not a victim. Stop trying to play the victim card. You out here, like, I mean, I don't fuck with the government at all, really. Whether Democrats or Republicans, I look at it as they both want the same shit. So, and like, cause look at it. Like the Republicans, they've pretty much like forced Joe Biden's $20. No, I said $20,000 student loan forgiveness. Like they blocked that shit. Joe Biden's trying to find a way around that. But then Congress fucks around and gives themselves like an $8,000 raise. So make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. Like the average tax-paying citizen, whether you're in the middle class or the fucking lower class, we're all getting fucked over. I don't understand why people are not seeing that shit. People are not seeing it. Like they ride for their fucking um their parties or whatever. Like, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. Like, nigga, we're all getting fucked. At the end of the day, we're all getting fucked. The people that you vote for are fucking us over. And you choose not to see that shit. So I don't understand. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so Donald Trump, I hope this motherfucker get arrested. And if you call me a hater or whatever, I just like to see people get their just due. You know what I'm saying? So he's been out here doing like illegal shit for God knows how long. It's about time that this motherfucker gets his reckoning and pretty much like he goes down for something because he's done a lot of shit. And let's not even front like we forgot about him not wanting to rent to black people like back in like what the 80s and the 90s and shit when he was a slumlord. So you know what I'm saying? Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck that nigga. And fuck DeSantis too, or DeSantis. Fuck that nigga down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all these racist ass motherfuckers. And politics definitely needs to change. We need to get these fucking lobbyists out of Washington. And maybe, just maybe, shit actually be able to work how it's supposed to work. But like I said, until shit changes, us on the low totem pole, like the lower class and the middle class, shit, even like I guess like the top of the middle class, like y'all niggas about to get touched too. Don't think just because you make six figures, don't think that you can't get touched too, because they coming for that ass, man. Like, is it pretty soon? This fucking country is just going to be separated by the 1%, and it's going to be 1%, and it's going to be like fucking poor people, and then on top, at that point, is going to be eat the rich. So, I mean, there's enough money to go around for everybody, but the rich people out, they try to act like, oh, like there's not enough money to share with other people, nigga. There's plenty of money in this country, in this world to go around. But motherfuckers don't want to lose that power. They don't want to lose their status. And the shit is ridiculous. But yeah, man. Pretty much like that. This is my episode for this week. I just wanted to make a video episode and just pretty much just upload something, man. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think of this video. And if you want to see any more video podcasts, because this will be the third one that I've done, and I think I've been podcasting off and on for about like what 3 years, 3 or 4 years now. But anyway, yeah, it's like 3 years, 0 years. But thank you for those who stop by, and if you're listening to this or if you're watching the video, however you're listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, I thank you. I salute you. Thank you for my loyal listeners. If you're a new listener, what's up? Thank you for the support. And just make sure you share this with everybody that you know. And that's how we grow. But until then, everybody stay safe. Keep your head on the swivel. And hopefully I'll see you next podcast. All right. Peace.